In this video, we'll look at how to export a design element with transparent background in Affinity. So as you can see here, we have the Affinity logo in the canvas. So first of all, I'll show you the problem by demonstrating it. And for that, let's navigate up to the File menu. Navigate to Export and click on Export. After clicking on Export, you can see the export box appears. You can also export directly by using this particular button right here called Export PNG. Now in this export box, you can see that on the left we have different file formats to export to. However, I'll select PNG because PNG format is the ideal format to export any design elements that has transparency. So let's export in its default settings and click on export. After clicking on export, you can see that it asks us in which location should we export this particular design element. I'll set it as default, which is desktop, and I'll name it as Affinity Test and hit on save. Now our logo has successfully been exported to the desktop. Now let's navigate to the other document right here, and I have this particular thumbnail that I've already prepared. So I'll go to the file and then I'll click on place, and in the place you can see in the desktop we have the recently saved Affinity logo. So I'll click on this particular logo and click on open. Now it has given us the place symbol in our cursor, which I'll simply click on our canvas to place the logo. And if I place that particular Affinity logo and resize it to the small size of, let's say, 400 pixels, and then bring it or center it to our artboard like so, or canvas like so, now you can see that we have a problem here. So the problem is that along with the logo, it has also saved the white background that the logo had. So we do not want this particular white background to be exported along with the logo. We want the logo to be exported with a transparent background. So to achieve that, first of all, let's delete this logo and let's go back to our original editable file. So here you can see that we have the logo intact. So I'll show you two ways to do that. First of all, in order to export it or export the logo, make the selection of the logo and then navigate up to File and navigate down below to Export again and select Export. After we select Export, you can see the box Export appears. Make sure that you are again selecting the PNG file format as default file format for exporting, because PNG file format is meant to export transparent file formats. So after selecting this Affinity logo in our canvas, now in the export box on the right hand side, you can see we have a property called area. In the area, simply click on this drop down menu and you can see we have three options. One is whole document, which exports the whole document including the white background. One is the selection area, which exports the selection area with the white background, and the other is the selection only. So we need to select the selection only, and now you can see that it has automatically resized our canvas. And if we zoom in here and pan above, you can see that our background now is transparent. And now let's continue our export. Now click on export and it will again ask us for the location that we want to save to. So I'll simply name it as Affinity Transparency 1 and I'll click on save. Now let's again navigate to our other document, which is create new document in Affinity right here. Now in this document, let's export the recently exported file. So to do that, we can navigate down to the place tool right here and click on the place tool, and it will ask or show us the box from where we want to export a file from. So I'll click on Affinity Transparency 1, which we have recently selected, and click on Open. Now you can see that we have the place icon at our cursor. Simply click on anywhere that you like to place the logo or your design element. And now let's resize our logo to 400 pixels and bring it at the center here in our canvas. So now you can see that our logo has been saved or exported with a transparent background. So this is the first way that we can export our Affinity logo with transparent background. So I'll hide this logo for now, and then I'll show you the next way or approach you can save an Affinity logo with transparent background. So to do that, again, visit to our previous document, and in here now it's not necessary to select the Affinity logo before you export. You can deselect it as well, and after deselecting it, what you can do is navigate to document setup. In the document setup box, let's scroll below on the settings on the right, and you can see a property called transparent background. Simply turn on this property and hit OK. After you hit OK, you can see now that we have the transparency background on our canvas, and it is clearly indicated by the checkerboards that you can see beside our Affinity logo. So to export now, I'll navigate to this particular Export PNG button, and to the right you can see that we have this particular icon of drop down. Click on it and you can check the preview of how your artwork or your design will look when you want to export in this particular box. You can also select the file format that you want to export to. I'll keep it as PNG because PNG is the ideal file format for exporting a design element in transparency background. So you can also name the document right here. You can set the width, height. You can set the scale. So I'll set it as 2 times. The next option that we have is Show in Finder. If you check Show in Finder, it will ask you in which location you want to save or export this particular logo to. So I'll hit export as I'm satisfied with all the settings. And now it will ask us where we want to save this particular logo to. So I'll again set the where properties to desktop, which is default. And then in save as, I'll name it as Affinity Transparency 2 and hit save. Now it has successfully saved at desktop or to desktop, and I'll close the desktop. And now I'll navigate to the next window, and again I'll navigate down below to place to, and now I'll select our recent exported file, which is Affinity Transparency 2, and hit open. After clicking on open, you can see that our cursors has changed with the place icon. I click anywhere on the artboard and our recent exported Affinity logo has been placed. Now I'll click on this particular width property in the transparency panel to adjust the dimension. I'll set it to somewhere at 400 pixel value, and then I'll navigate up to our align icon right here and center it at our canvas. And now you can see that our Affinity logo has been successfully exported with the white transparency background, and the logo is fully intact. So this is the 2 ways that you can save or export your design elements, logo, illustrations, or any work in Affinity with transparent background easily. So if you find this video helpful, please click on the like button. For more tips and tricks related to Affinity, hit the subscribe button. Thank you for watching this video and see you on the next video.